Hello friends, welcome to our channel Pedia World, where we bring the knowledge of books to you in a simple and interesting way. Today we are going to talk about a book that has changed the thinking and lives of millions of people around the world. We are talking about Robert Kiyosaki's best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book teaches us the real meaning of money, financial education, and the mindset required to become rich. It tells the story of two fathers, one rich and one poor, and how their thoughts and decisions shaped their financial lives. In this video, we will explain the 6 most important lessons, key principles, and inspiring stories from Rich Dad, Poor Dad in very simple English. If you want to improve your financial life, this video will work like a guide for you. You will learn how money can work for you, the difference between assets and liabilities, why financial education is more important than school education, and how rich people think differently. So let's begin this amazing journey. The story of two dads. Robert Kiyosaki had 2 father figures in his life. His real father was highly educated, a PhD holder, but struggled financially all his life. Robert called him Poor Dad. His best friend Mike's father was not highly educated but very wealthy. Robert called him Rich Dad. Poor Dad believed that the key to success was study hard, get good grades, and find a secure job. Rich Dad believed that some lessons cannot be learned in school. Life is the best teacher. This difference in thinking became the foundation of the book. Lesson 1. Rich people don't work for money. This sounds strange, but let's understand it with a story. A man wanted his donkey to work harder, so he tied a carrot in front of its face. The donkey kept walking, hoping to eat the carrot, but never reached it. Most people are like that donkey. They work harder and harder, hoping that one day they will become rich. But money always stays just out of reach. Rich Dad taught, don't work for money, make money work for you. Fear of not having money and greed for more money trap people in what Rich Dad calls the rat race. You earn more, you spend more, your expenses grow, and you remain stuck forever. A job gives you a paycheck, but that paycheck mostly goes to bills. If you want to be rich, take responsibility for your life. Ask yourself, am I working only for security? Or am I building something for myself? Lesson 2. Why financial education is important. In 1923, many of the world's richest businessmen met in Chicago. Within 25 years, many of them went bankrupt or died poor. Why? Because earning money is not enough. You must know how to manage and protect money. Schools teach us how to work for money, but they don't teach us how money works. Rich Dad believed financial education is more important than academic education. Without a strong foundation, even a big income will collapse, just like building a skyscraper on weak ground. Lesson 3. Know the difference between assets and liabilities. This is the golden rule of becoming rich. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. Examples of assets: rental property businesses that run without you, stocks and bonds. Examples of liabilities: a house you live in, car loans, credit card debt. Middle-class people often buy liabilities thinking they are assets. Rich people buy assets first and luxuries later. Rich Dad followed the KISS principle. Keep it simple. Buy assets. Avoid liabilities. Lesson 4. Mind your own business. Most people spend their lives working for the company, the government, taxes, the bank, loans. Rich people focus on building their own asset column, not just increasing salary. McDonald's founder Ray Kroc once said, "My real business is not hamburgers, it is real estate." Your profession is not your business. Your business is what builds your assets. Lesson 5. The rich invent money. Everyone has potential, but most people doubt themselves. To become rich, you need knowledge, courage, willingness to take risks. Rich people don't wait for opportunities. They create opportunities. Financial intelligence means seeing opportunities others can't. Raising capital smartly. Working with smarter people. Your mind is your biggest asset. It can make you rich or poor. Lesson 6. Work to learn, not for money. Poor dad focused on job security. Rich dad focused on learning new skills. Rich dad believed, the more skills you have, the more valuable you become. Robert Kiyosaki worked in sales, not for money, but to overcome fear and learn communication. Schools reward specialization, but life rewards multiple skills. Sales, leadership, management, investing. The earlier you learn, the better your future will be. Final thoughts. Rich dad. Poor dad teaches us that being rich is about mindset. Financial education is the key. Assets create freedom, and learning never stops. Don't be a slave to money. Make money work for you. Why most people stay stuck in the rat race. Most people believe that a higher salary will solve all money problems. A secure job means a secure future. Buying a house is the best investment. But Rich Dad strongly disagreed. He explained that when your income increases, your expenses also increase. This is called lifestyle inflation. People buy bigger houses, better cars, more luxury. But all these things are liabilities, not assets. As a result, even people earning high salaries remain stressed and financially trapped. Net worth versus wealth. Very important difference. Rich Dad made a clear distinction. Net worth. What you own on paper. Wealth. How long you can survive without working. If you stop working today, how many months can your assets pay your expenses? That answer defines your real wealth. A luxury car increases net worth slightly, but rental income increases wealth every month. Why your house is not an asset. Shocking truth. Most people say, my house is my biggest asset. But Rich Dad said, if it takes money out of your pocket, it is a liability. A house you live in needs maintenance, has property tax, has loan interest. It does not generate income. Rich people first buy income-generating assets, then buy their dream house with asset income, not salary. How rich people use debt. Smartly, poor and middle-class people use debt to buy liabilities. Rich people use debt to buy assets. Example, buying a rental property with a loan. Rent pays, the EMI extra cash flow goes into your pocket. This is called good debt. Bad debt is credit cards, car loans, lifestyle loans. The power of financial intelligence. Financial intelligence means understanding opportunities, knowing when to buy and sell, staying calm during market crashes, during economic crises. Poor people panic. Middle class wait. Rich people invest. Why? Because crises create discounted assets. Two types of investors. Rich Dad explained. 1. Passive investors. They buy mutual funds, fixed plans, packaged investments, safe but limited growth. 2. Professional investors. They create their own deals. Find undervalued assets. Use creativity, not just money. Professional investors build wealth faster. Why most people miss opportunities. Opportunities don't look like opportunities. They look like risk, confusion, fear. Most people say, what if I lose money? Rich people ask, what will I learn if I fail? Failure is not the enemy. Fear is. Learn multiple skills, not just one. Rich Dad believed success comes from combining skills. Sales, communication, leadership, finance, talent without selling skill is useless. That's why many intelligent people struggle financially. Final message from Rich Dad. The world is not fair, but smart people learn the rules and win anyway. Your future depends on what you learn, how you think, and how you use money. Conclusion. Rich Dad. Poor Dad is not just a book. It is a wake-up call. If you change the way you think about money, money will change the way it works for you. Why most people stay stuck in the rat race. Most people believe that a higher salary will solve all money problems. A secure job means a secure future. Buying a house is the best investment. But Rich Dad strongly disagreed. He explained that when your income increases, your expenses also increase. This is called lifestyle inflation. People buy bigger houses, better cars, more luxury. But all these things are liabilities, not assets. As a result, even people earning high salaries remain stressed and financially trapped. Net worth versus wealth. Very important difference. Rich Dad made a clear distinction. Net worth, what you own on paper. Wealth, how long you can survive without working. If you stop working today, how many months can your assets pay your expenses? That answer defines your real wealth. A luxury car increases net worth slightly, but rental income increases wealth every month. Why your house is not an asset. Shocking truth. Most people say, my house is my biggest asset. But Rich Dad said, if it takes money out of your pocket, it is a liability. A house you live in needs maintenance, has property tax, has loan interest. It does not generate income. Rich people first buy income-generating assets, then buy their dream house with asset income, not salary. How rich people use debt. Smartly poor and middle-class people use debt to buy liabilities. Rich people use debt to buy assets. Example, buying a rental property with a loan. Rent pays the EMI, extra cash flow goes into your pocket. This is called good debt. Bad debt is credit cards, car loans, lifestyle loans. The power of financial intelligence. Financial intelligence means understanding opportunities, knowing when to buy and sell, staying calm during market crashes. During economic crises, poor people panic, middle class wait. Rich people invest. Why? Because crises create discounted assets. Two types of investors. Rich Dad explained. 1. Passive investors. They buy mutual funds, fixed plans, packaged investments, safe but limited growth. 2. Professional investors. They create their own deals. Find undervalued assets. Use creativity, not just money. Professional investors build wealth faster. Why most people miss opportunities. Opportunities don't look like opportunities. They look like risk, confusion, fear. Most people say, what if I lose money? Rich people ask, what will I learn if I fail? Failure is not the enemy. Fear is. Learn multiple skills, not just one. Rich Dad believes success comes from combining skills. Sales, communication, leadership, finance. Talent without selling skill is useless. That's why many intelligent people struggle financially. Final message from Rich Dad. The world is not fair, but smart people learn the rules and win anyway. Your future depends on what you learn, how you think, and how you use money. Conclusion. Rich Dad. Poor Dad is not just a book. It is a wake-up call. If you change the way you think about money, money will change the way it works for you. Fear is the biggest reason people stay poor. Everyone feels fear. Fear of losing money, fear of failure, fear of criticism. The difference is, poor people run away from fear. Rich people learn to control it. Rich Dad said, failure inspires winners and defeats losers. Most people would rather be safe than be free. Why smart people still struggle with money. Many highly educated people earn good salaries, work very hard, yet live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they were trained to be employees, specialists, job seekers, not thinkers, investors, opportunity creators. Being smart in school does not mean being smart with money. The cost of comfort zone. A secure job feels safe, but it has a hidden cost. No time freedom, no financial freedom. Limited growth. Rich people step out of comfort early. Poor people protect comfort forever. Growth begins where comfort ends. Why mistakes are necessary. Most people are afraid of mistakes, but Rich Dad believed, mistakes are how financial intelligence grows. Every failed investment teaches what not to do, how markets behave, how emotions affect decisions. Experience is more powerful than theory. The power of taking action. Knowledge without action is useless. Many people read books, watch videos, attend seminars, but never act. Rich people act first, then learn faster. Action creates clarity. How rich people think. During crisis. When markets crash, poor people panic, middle class freeze. Rich people prepare economic problems or opportunities in disguise. Rich Dad taught, your brain is your greatest asset. If you train it, every problem becomes a chance. Stop blaming others. Poor mindset. Blames the boss. Blames the government. Blames the economy. Rich mindset. Takes responsibility. Looks for solutions. Learns new skills. You cannot control the world, but you can control your response. Focus on assets first, luxury later. Middle-class thinking. When I earn more, I'll buy luxury. Rich thinking. When my assets earn more, I'll buy luxury. That single difference changes everything. Rich Dad's golden advice. Work to learn, not to earn. Choose jobs that teach communication, sales, leadership, management. Money follows skills. Final reality check. If you lose money, you can recover. If you lose time, it's gone forever. Start small, start scared, but start now. Conclusion. Rich Dad. Poor Dad teaches one simple truth. Wealth is built with mindset, not salary. Change your thinking, and your financial future will change. In this part, we will clearly compare Rich Dad thinking versus Poor Dad thinking. This is where everything becomes crystal clear. Let's begin. 1. Job security versus financial freedom. Poor Dad believed, find a secure job with good benefits. Rich Dad believed, build assets that give you freedom. A job feels safe, but it depends on the company, the economy, other people's decisions. Assets give control and independence. 2. Salary versus cash flow. Poor Dad focused on monthly salary, promotions, raises. Rich Dad focused on cash flow, passive income, monthly asset income. Rich people ask, how much money comes in even if I stop working? Study hard versus learn continuously. Poor Dad said, study hard so you don't make mistakes. Rich Dad said, learn constantly, especially from mistakes. School teaches subjects, life teaches skills. 4. House as an asset versus house as a liability. Poor Dad said, my house is my biggest asset. Rich Dad said, if it costs money every month, it's a liability. Rich people buy income first, then buy homes with asset money. 5. Avoid risk versus manage risk. Poor Dad avoided risk. Rich Dad learned how to manage risk. Risk never disappears, only knowledge reduces risk. 6. Work harder versus work smarter. Poor Dad, work harder to earn more. Rich Dad, think smarter to earn more. Hard work alone does not build wealth, smart systems do. 7. Employee thinking versus business owner thinking. Poor Dad trained for employment. Rich Dad trained for ownership. Owners think in terms of systems, people. Long-term growth. Employees think in terms of hours, salary, job safety. 8. Luxury, first versus luxury. Last, poor middle class, buy luxury first, pay later. Rich, build assets first, buy luxury with profits. This single habit separates the rich from everyone else. 9. Money is evil versus money is a tool. Poor Dad, money is not important. Rich Dad, money is a powerful tool if you understand it. Ignoring money does not make problems disappear. Final truth from Rich Dad. The richest people in the world build networks. Everyone else looks for work. Your mindset decides your future. Conclusion. You don't become rich by earning more. You become rich by thinking differently. Change your thoughts. Change your actions. Change your life. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. Most people work only for salary. When salary stops, income stops. Rich Dad taught, learn how money works, then make it work for you. Instead of asking, how much will I earn? Ask, what skills will I gain? Lesson 2. Financial literacy is the foundation. Financial literacy means understanding income, expenses, assets, liabilities. Most people increase income but ignore expenses. Rich people track money carefully. They know where every rupee or dollar goes. Lesson 3. Mind your own business. This does not mean quit your job. It means build assets alongside your job. Focus on investments, not just career. Your job pays bills, your business builds wealth. Lesson 4. The power of taxes. Corporations. Rich people legally reduce taxes using businesses, corporations, smart accounting. Poor people earn, pay tax, spend. Rich people earn, invest, spend what's left. Knowledge saves more money than salary. Lesson 5. The rich invent money. Opportunities are created, not found. Rich people see value others miss. Buy when prices are low, sell when confidence is high. Creativity, pulse knowledge. Money. Lesson 6. Work to learn, not to earn. A high-paying job can still make you poor. Rich dad advised learning. Sales, marketing, negotiation. Leadership skills. Stay with you forever. Jobs don't. Simple action plan for viewers. If you're starting today, learn basic financial literacy. Track your expenses. Invest in learning new skills. Start small assets. Avoid bad debt. Be patient and consistent. Wealth is a process, not a shortcut. Final thought. You don't need to be rich to start, but you need to start to be rich. In the previous parts we explored how money really works, why most people stay trapped, the difference between rich and poor thinking, the 6 core lessons. Now, let's bring everything together into a clear life blueprint you can actually follow. The one big truth of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book teaches one central idea. Your financial future is decided by how you think, not how much you earn. Salary alone will never make you rich. Mindset, skills, and assets will. The Rich Dad Financial Blueprint. Here is a simple blueprint inspired by Rich Dad's philosophy. Step 1. Change your thinking. Stop saying, "I can't afford it." Start asking, "How can I afford it?" Questions open the mind. Statements shut it down. Step 2. Master financial literacy. Learn difference between assets and liabilities. How cash flow works. How taxes affect income. This knowledge protects you for life. Step 3. Build assets. First, focus on assets that put money in your pocket. Work even when you sleep. Examples: businesses, investments, intellectual property. Assets create freedom. Step 4. Control fear. Don't eliminate it. Fear never disappears. Rich people feel fear too, but they act anyway. Courage is not absence of fear. It's action despite fear. Step 5. Learn multiple skills. Combine communication, sales, leadership, financial thinking. Multiple skills create unstoppable power. Step 6. Delay luxury. Multiply freedom. Don't rush to impress people. Build income-generating systems first. Let assets pay for lifestyle. True wealth is peace, not show-off. Why most people never get rich? Because they fear mistakes, avoid responsibility, chase comfort, depend on salary. Wealth demands growth. Final message to viewers. If you remember only one line from this series, remember this. The moment you decide to learn about money, your life direction changes. You don't need luck. You need education and action. Final conclusion. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is not just a book. It is a mirror that shows how you think, how you act, how you choose. Change your choices, and your future will change automatically. Thank you for watching this full series on Pedia World. If this series helped you, support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing, because knowledge is the real wealth.